Welcome to the Empowered Expat Woman Show, the place to celebrate your courage, inspire you to dream and play bigger, and support you in creating a truly fulfilled life across borders. I'm your host, Camila Quintana, and I believe your future is too important to get lost in translation. So, are you ready to make the most of your life abroad? Then let's get started. Hello, my lovely empowered expat women. I'm so glad to be back. I know I've been away from the podcast mic for a minute because I was really focusing on my client work and some other projects. And even though, it's been in my plans and on my mind to record new episodes, it's just something I kept pushing back until now. And let me tell you this, my mission for this third season, let me call it, of the Empowered Expat Woman Show, because you can now also watch it on YouTube, so go check it out, is bigger and better. And actually, that is my current theme in my life. So today's episode is a perfect start, because what I want to talk about today is how you can make the most of your expat life this year. This is a topic that I am just so passionate about. It's even kind of the slogan on my website. You've probably seen that. I am personally always thinking about how I can make the most of my day, of my task, of my life, because I believe that that's something in our power, regardless of circumstances. We can always make the best of any kind of situation, right? And so it's just something that really motivates me to do. It also makes me have so much trust in myself because I know and I've proven to myself that no matter what, I will do my best to make the most of a situation, whatever that looks like, right? So I don't want to settle for less, especially not in a way that is like giving up hope, giving up the fight. I've been there, done that, and I'm not doing that anymore, and neither should you. Because I really think, this is our one shot at life, at least the only one that we can be certain of, right? And what we do with our life, it really matters. So today, I want to talk about the importance of ambition and accomplishments. And I know this is almost a little controversial nowadays. It feels like that. It has like a negative connotation. When I told my friends that I really wanted to push myself to reach some big goals that I've set for myself, obviously goals that motivate me like crazy. That's clearly important, right? All of them reacted like, oh, but don't stress yourself out. Take it slowly. Don't forget to rest. My friends are very reflected. They're also very much into the self-help world. And I feel like there is a lot of focus on taking the stress and the pressure out of our lives, becoming human beings and not human doings, taking rest and time off when needed, taking care of yourself, being really mindful of what we need in any given moment, even if that means taking a step back, lowering our expectations, and just reaching more self-acceptance. And you know what? I do agree with all of that. I've talked about probably all of these things before, and I think this kind of approach and message that's essentially saying you are okay just the way you are, you don't need to always be better or be different, is a message that was long overdue, and it's extremely important. It's important for our mental health, for diversity, for social equity. I do agree with all of that, and yet I believe it's not the whole story. It's an approach that may feel good and comfortable in the moment, but it may also set us up for unhappiness and lack of fulfillment in the long term. And that, this deep sense of unfulfillment is extremely painful. Knowing that you're not living the life you could have lived, that you're not living your potential, your purpose, looking back one day and not feeling proud of who you've become and what you've done, that's something I want to keep you from at all cost. That really is my mission and my purpose. And again, I think this is especially relevant for expat women who have an additional set of challenges, opportunities too, but also challenges, and who needs to navigate, new changing surroundings, start over from scratch again and again, oftentimes lacking that sense of certainty, of continuity, lacking a support system to really be able to catch her and lift her up when she falls. So while this episode is relevant to everyone, it's especially important and vital for us expat women if we want to make the best of our international lifestyle and if we don't want that lifestyle to get the best of us. I like my word games. So in my own experience and from what I've seen, coaching dozens and dozens of expat women, a life without goals that are of personal utmost importance to you is the gateway to spiraling thoughts, excessive worry, anxiety, unhappiness, bore out, something I specialized on in my earlier years of work. And that's not good, I can tell you. What I do with these clients and what I've done also myself to dig myself out of that hole is to find truly inspiring goals and going after them with focus, intention, and that natural joy and passion that comes with that, at least eventually. So without wanting to overthrow the valuable awareness work that, the fields of self-help and spirituality have achieved, but rather to maybe paint a fuller and clearer picture for you, I want to say that I believe that ambition and accomplishments should become your new best friends. And here's why. There is solid scientific evidence to back up the importance of accomplishments. For instance, accomplishments is the A in the PERMA model, PERMA, by Martin Seligman, who's a pioneer in positive psychology, which I'm really into. And he showcases how achievements are vital for human well-being and for a fulfilled life, especially those achievements that are related to your higher purpose, right? This internal drive that makes you want to go after something. Then there's also the self-worth theory that I've stated before that says that it's an innate human need to be seen as capable, competent, and able by ourselves and by others. There are also multiple scientific studies that show how having a great sense of purpose in your life has a radical effect on your mental, emotional, your physical well-being, even leading to a longer life. Imagine that, right? So your purpose is something you feel a strong inner calling to do, no matter what you're doing. If you're really connected to yourself and to your inner guidance, you, or let's say the best part of you, the highest self, right? Your highest self will always feel inclined to do things in a way that's aligned with your purpose. Whether that's a job or it's the way you parent or whatever, right? Our purpose is something deep inside of us, something that wants to come through us, and something that's valuable for the greater good also. It's not just about you. So let me ask you, how will your purpose come through and how will you be able to live that purpose if you don't set goals and strive to accomplish them? It's not really possible, right? Because also, like I said, purpose is much greater than you. It's not just something that you can do for yourself on your couch resting. And that would even be selfish, given that a purpose-driven life has such a great positive impact on yourself and on the whole world. It wouldn't be wise. It wouldn't make you happy to live a life just for yourself. I honestly believe that the quality of your life is directly related to your ability to set the right, meaningful goals for yourself and to achieve them. And if you've been somehow led to believe that ambition and a focus on accomplishments makes you somehow greedy or cold or selfish or superficial, and that won't actually bring you happiness and all of that, I invite you to think again. I invite you to question that. Because to me, it sounds like someone wants you to stay put. Someone wants you to play small. Someone wants you to maybe even sacrifice yourself for the sake of their convenience, whether that's a person or it's society or culture. What's wrong with saying, I want more? I'm grateful for what I have, and I want more. I want to create the best possible life for myself. I want to feel proud of what I've accomplished. I want to make an impact. I want to make a difference. I want to make the world a better place by fully expressing and going after my innate purpose. And then I want to bathe in all of the joy and fulfillment and gratitude that naturally comes with that. Why wouldn't you want this, right? And who wouldn't want this? And honestly, what kind of world would we co-create if we didn't strive for this? But like I said, how are you going to get there if not by setting goals and achieving them? If not by having the ambition to outgrow yourself, to be better and to do better, not in a way that comes at the cost of your mental well-being, but one that's actually for the sake of your mental well-being. You know, I've been told so many times to slow down, to take a nap, take a rest. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that. And I do that. But usually I tell them in all honesty that my fulfillment and satisfaction in life gives me so much more than a nap. It gives me so much more energy, meaning, joy. I mean, I usually wake up from taking a nap and I just still feel tired. But when I get off a coaching call with one of my clients and I've helped them to transform in some wonderful way, that's the real deal. That's the feeling I'm after, and that's the impact I'm after. And I want you to find something for yourself where you can say, this is so much more energizing and fulfilling and even a much better act of self-care than taking a nap. Nothing against naps. So now let me do this quick exercise with you that was pretty mind-blowing and eye-opening to me. And it will help you to tap into your own ambitions, even your bigger purpose, because I feel it's something that many of us simply disconnected from. We're so often told to be realistic, to not expect too much, to not want more than we have, and to just be fine. And so we often don't dare to admit what our deepest desires and ambitions are. It seems wrong to say it out loud, right? It's like embarrassing. And yet all human beings have innate ambitions. I can really personally relate to this also because, as a little background information, I grew up in a traditional Catholic family. So being humble and never asking for too much and never being bold or boastful, just being grateful for what you have. Those were all very important values transmitted to me. And I mean, that's fine, but over the years of, coach trainings and reading a million books and being an entrepreneur and everything that comes with that, I still couldn't fully rid myself of the negative part of these messages that's kind of keeping you small. And then a few months ago, I read a book called 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. And he basically goes out with a message that's completely opposed to what I grew up hearing and what I'm exposed to also in the self-help world, to be honest, which is this. You need to have much higher standards and aspirations for yourself. Go big or go bigger, he says. And always keep growing. So what the 10X rule is, according to Grant Cardone, is that you need to A, set goals for yourself that are 10 times greater than what you currently have in mind. And then B, take action that is 10 times more massive and impactful than what you think is necessary to achieve these goals. And he goes even further to say that the reason so many people fail to reach their goal is actually because they were too small. The goal was too small. It was too safe. It was too unexciting, too uninspiring in the first place. I mean, isn't this so refreshing to hear? So maybe it wasn't that you failed to achieve a recent goal you had because you weren't good enough and yada, yada, yada. Maybe it was your goal that wasn't good enough for you. I like that reframe. And I also think it's true. I mean, when I managed to let go of all of these layers of beliefs that I had and just allowed myself to 10x my goals and my action steps, I could literally feel the dopamine rush as my mind just started envisioning everything I could do. And I could desire and I could achieve if I didn't hold myself back. It's kind of scary, but it's also really liberating and inspiring to do that. And one more thing that Grant Cardone says is that it's way better to come short on a big goal than on a small and safe goal. And also, you'll probably get much further by just trying to hit that big goal. So I want to invite you to give it a try. Close your eyes and think of your current list of goals and aspirations. Now, turn up the volume and the intensity up by 10. Got it? Okay. So what do your new goals look like now? And how does it feel to achieve them? And now let's take action to achieve your 10x goals. What would it take to get to those goals? What do you think? Just think of a few action steps that could take you there. And now I want you to again turn up the volume and the intensity by 10. And now what action steps would you dare to take? What comes to mind? What would be necessary to 10x them? When you got it, take out a notepad and write down your insights. Just allow them to take shape and form over the next few days. Keep them in the back of your mind and enjoy getting a glimpse into your 10x expat life and into your biggest ambitions. Let me remind you of this. It is safe for you to want more. Regardless of your circumstances, regardless of your many moves, your changing environments, opportunities, demands, responsibility, regardless of all the luxuries you may already have in your life and all the blessings, you can still find ways to make the most of your life. And my wish for you is to look for those, to not stop looking for those. And if you want a little help figuring out which areas of your expat life could need some improvement or attention, you're going to love what I've created for you while I was down with a vocal cord infection and resting, sort of. So I created this quiz. It's called The Wheel of Expat Life. And it looks at 7 areas of your life abroad and will give you really interesting insights into where you're thriving and where you could improve. And obviously the quiz, it's totally free of charge. It's just a little fun gift that I created for you. It'll take you like 3 minutes to complete. I think it's 28 questions. And I will put the link to it in the show notes so you can check it out. Also, heads up, in the next 2 episodes, in the next 2 weeks, we'll take this concept of today and put it into action in a way that helps you reach higher and accomplish more and feel more satisfied in your life, but without overwhelming yourself and stressing yourself out, burning yourself out. Clearly, we want to avoid that. So if you want to know how to best go about it and reach this balance between ambition and, well-being, stay tuned for the next episodes. Make sure you subscribe, whether you're listening on your favorite podcast platform or you're watching on YouTube, so that you don't miss it. And also make sure to follow me on social media. So you can find me at coach.camillaquintana for more valuable content that will come. I look forward to seeing you next week, next Thursday. Stay tuned and I see you soon. Bye.